Hey, welcome everybody. I'm coming to you this evening. It is September 16th. I did not come on and do a new moon in Virgo video. So, Virgo energy, sixth house rules over pets, and I have lost two in the last month. So, again, we don't have to come on and do the new moons and full moons, but I like to because, with the ebbs and flows of the moon, I also feel them within us and I also feel the collective. So, welcome if you're new today. I'm Lady Virgo. Before any of the new subscribers start bitching because I have deer heads behind me, I do utilize this as a source of the meat that I partake in. And my son, who now is in spirit, got his first one mounted. And so I always give thanks to the spirit. So just wanted to clear that up. Yes, I eat meat, the most organic meat you can get, the kind roaming in the woods. So, hey, anyhow, just very reflective at this time. We have a lot of planets retrograde. We just had Mercury that rules over this Virgo energy station to go direct after its retrograde period. So Mercury ruled. So a lot of intellectual things happening, separating that wheat from the chaff. It's like I use as a metaphor often, but really dissecting that. What does that mean for all of us? Because we all have the Virgo energy and we all have sixth house. So this is the time of the season just before we go into Libra season where we're going to have these eclipses that is very powerful. So we have to sort things out through our intellect. We have to purge metaphorically, whether it be our physical surroundings, right? Because Virgo energy is mutable earth, it's the transmuter, it's the healer, it's on the axes of Virgo Pisces. So, spiritual detoxes, physical detoxes. I just started on my dandelion route a couple nights ago, giving myself a nice, liver cleanse, helping my digestive tract. Virgo energy is also ruled over by the digestive tract. So, a lot of people have been having symptoms of that. This may be a time for you to start really listening to your body on what you need to eat. Diets change, and the same diet is not what is best for everybody. So it's the details of our everyday life. It's our getting up in the morning and what we need to get done. Again, pets is part of that. And I was trying to save one of my hens. I was nursing her for about 3, 4 days and wasn't seeing any progress. It was her time to leave. So I've lost two pets within the last month. Um, it's a time for us to purge, right? In our physical, a cluttered, messy house is also a cluttered, messy mind. And so that is the low vibration because Virgo energy is analytical. I know for me, I'm not resting well at night again. I'm processing, I'm letting go, a lot of letting go, mutable energy of what no longer works for us. And then trying to integrate and sort out that wheat from the chaff, so to speak, on what we want to harvest going forward, what we want to let go of, what we want to leave behind. It's so on with the collective, especially with that Venus retrograde that we had through the sign of Leo, and it is now just slowly moving forward. It's not even out of its post shadow, and so Mercury is not neither. So a lot of things coming to the forefront with the nodal shift from Taurus Scorpio to Aries Libra, and self and others, letting go of the people pleasing, letting go of codependency, and taking the positive aspect of Aries, being assertive, utilizing our energy to, take the new versions of ourselves forward. Because, you know, when you're in partnerships, whether it be relationships, intimate relationships, whether it be family, whether it be siblings, friendships, with that South Node moving through Libra for the next 18 months, we're going to have a lot of people ending, or it don't even have to end. It can also be, I hope this mic is working all right. I just felt like being really cozy tonight. I did a lot of things myself today. I'm getting myself out there, trying new things, not scared to go and be assertive, and kind of trying to find our passions, because collectively, I mean, it's on. We're going through so many times of transition, letting go, rebuilding. And again, this don't have to be endings of relationships, right? South Node in Libra, Venus retrograde, but this could be a building upon a new part of yourself, even within the relationships that you're in, like a newness within yourself. Um, and perhaps your partner as well, or even mothers. I know I'm noticing a different relationship aspiring in my life with my mother and my father. And at one time, there was no contact. And now there's a new contact, but there's a rebuilding of already a relationship there that was kind of rocky in the past. But really, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about getting to know ourselves better. And a lot of us, especially if you have a lot of Libra energy in your chart, like myself, plus I'm a Virgo, so I'm in service naturally, especially for those that I love, like coming out of a 12-year marriage. I wouldn't change me for anything, because when I am in love, I am in service. And a lot of people will say, that's codependency. No, it's not. I was codependent at one time in my life, but being in service to people is one way that, I don't do it for that a girl accolades. I do it because it's a natural instinct for me as a sun sign Virgo to do that. So I, a lot of times on my channel, share with you guys on how it relates in my life, because I know a lot of times I pick up on the collective as well. And then as we have it, as above, so below, the energies and what's being supported and what we're being asked at this time with all these planets retrograde, right? We've had 6 or 7 different planets retrograde. And so it's still really a time of inner sorting things out within ourselves. And with that Virgo energy right now, still through like the 23rd of September coming up next week here, we're really being, especially Mercury, the ruling planet of the new moon in Virgo that we just had on the 14th, 15th, depending on where you were, that Mercury going station to go forward momentum the very day after. So it's a powerful, again, like I was saying, a lot of intellectual things being sorted through, because the Virgo energy is asking us, and the high vibe of Virgo is to have a plan, sort things out, whether it be cleaning out clutter. I've been kind of starting to do that in my home, within the home, but also within our minds. A nice, healthy cleansing within your body right now is highly supported. And then we go into the equinox energy in Libra season of the balancing of the scales, recalibrating the prior cycle that we've been all experiencing. So we have to really be sure of who we are. And something I was reflecting upon during this Venus retrograde in Leo in the heart space was how beauty is only superficial on the outside. You could be a super beautiful person, but if your inside is nasty, let's just call a cat black when it's black. If your inside's nasty, if you're a vindictive person or a liar or a manipulator or whatever, and you're the most beautiful person on the outside, it isn't shit. The outward beauty often will fade. But as light workers and way showers and people of the light, right now, I would say the chosen ones, as we go through these times, our inner light and our inner beauty is the most appreciated and welcomed thing on the planet. Let's go back to the mask thing, right? Well, we can pretend about the muzzles, right? And everybody being encouraged by the systems in place to muzzle. But let's talk about the mask and the personas that people wear. And perhaps even in my own world, where I'm a very emotional being, and if I felt like I couldn't cry or shed a tear in public, trying to suck it up and stop doing that, it's really a time of vulnerability and realness. And as we go forward into this Libra season with the equinoxes, we're being asked to be genuine in who we are. And there is nothing more attractive to me than somebody who's genuine. Because again, true beauty comes and emanates from the heart, a light within you. People feel it. People either embrace it and love it, or people are intimidated by that. And we're seeing this more and more happening within this society of everything's fast, social media. People are more and more and more from youth being raised with a narcissistic type of ego out of control, right? Because we all have ego. We're not to shame the ego. We're not supposed to snuff the ego. We're supposed to live in harmony, but be guided by the heart, not by emotions, but be guided by the genuineness of your heart and not masking that. It's all about relationships because they are our biggest lessons. But I'd like to see a place in the time where it's bigger blessings. And how do we do that? Bringing our most authentic selves forward, not only for us, but for our relationships that are closest to us, for humanity in general, right? Like to bring forward that authenticity, to be assertive in the Aries energy where you have no problem saying, this is who I am, and knowing that the word no is a complete sentence. And then when you have somebody in your world who, can reciprocate that love and that authentic self of themselves, and you bring that together in union, what better thing than that? I'm seeing the blessings in that within my friendships. I have 3 planets in Libra myself, so I am a Libra stellium girl. And that old me, perhaps a people pleaser, but the genuine person of who I am as a Virgo and in service, and being able to be the alchemist, needing to go into my own inner divine, right? The Hermit card, and sort through and process. Again, we all have the 6th house, we all have the Virgo energy in it, and we're in it now. So that new moon, new moons are about planting new seeds, but it was also about almost at 22 degrees. So finishing up maybe even things from the past, planting the seed, setting the intention in the analytical Mercury mind. And of course, it depends on where this landed in your house, which house this landed in for you in your natal chart as well, but how you want to do that going forward. For me, I believe it was happening in my 10th house. So, it's not just the career house, it's also the legacy house and what I want to leave behind. And I was reflecting upon that. I want to leave behind my genuine self, which I am, and my physical beauty. Your physical beauty, your physical appearance may fade, but when you're living in your heart space, that don't fade. That don't change. That grows and glows up, right? I will never apologize for being in service. And fuck those that take you being in service, me being in service, and use that. It's time to clean up our shit and get our shit together, because when we come into this equinox energy in the Libra season, as the sun, it's in that balance. I believe it's between, Cancer season. It's our halfway point between Cancer season and Capricorn season, winter, summer and winter solstice. So a balance within ourselves. And I know for me, also with the Virgo energy, grounding, earthing, getting out in nature around the animals, my pets, has been very therapeutic. And it would be for you as well right now, too. What are you sorting out? What are you letting go of, right? We have the Pisces energy. Are you utilizing the spiritual aspect? Are you seeing the bigger picture, or are you escaping, right? Because we had this opposition with this new moon energy, sun moon opposite Neptune, seeing more deception, seeing more lies being revealed. We're seeing the scales not balanced within humanity of the certain people choosing the wide path of escapism, addictions, no matter what the addiction may be. Or are we embodying that? Are we letting go? Are we purging? Are we taking better care of our bodies, of our spirit, of our minds, our soul? I've been doing a lot of cord cutting at night, a lot of balancing the chakras, because we're on a spiral. We spiral and then sometimes we'll go back. Lots of highs and some lows. And it's like, where are we balancing that out? Are we surrounding ourselves with goodness? Because we all truly are worthy of that. So I just want to thank you for being here. Reflections of this Virgo in this highly analytical time. I'm just going to call upon the Holy Spirit to guide us. I'm going to pull some cards and messages for guidance, for encouragement, for awareness, for this time, for this now. Help us to sort out the wheat from the chaff. Help us to gain clarity. Help us to plant seeds of goodness, what we want going forward. Help us to strengthen who we are within ourselves so we can end the days of codependency and find sacred unions of people who lift us up, who meet us where we're at, who are reciprocal. We give all glory to you. And so it is. I've noticed one thing too with this earthy Virgo energy is I am going to go for a massage. I'm going to do a little bit of my singing bowl. I don't know how well it'll pick up on my mic, so just bear with me to clear the energy. We're going to draw a few cards. Wow. This little body needs to go get a massage to release some of the emotions. That can be another thing. Another way that you could be releasing and letting go is anything that may be stored in your body, your digestive tract right now, right? The nervous system, the mind. A lot of people I'm speaking to are having a very busy mind. It's right on cue with this energy that we're in right now, especially because when Mercury was retrograde, and now it's stationed on the 15th, which just was yesterday, direct. So that's like the most powerful time, right? So last night, the 15th, not a lot of sleep. What is the energy we're tapping into right now for myself, for the collective, for anybody who tunes in to listen? Get one. The eighth house, mystery. The eighth house is their house ruled by Scorpio. The eighth house is a lot about endings, the occult. This can be astrology. This can be the hidden things. This can be transformation. Card 46. Saturn is in my eighth house. Not a fucking fun placement. Just saying. Look, they have a skull here. I hope the lighting is okay. And there's also flowers there. So the mystery. Assess the power dynamics between you and other people around important resources like sex, money, and inheritance. Notice if a relative or boss withholds money until you behave, or if you are, or a lover withholds sex until some other need is met. Whoa. Just get clear in your own mind. If anyone is pulling strings and trying to heal dysfunctional dynamics with clear and healthy boundaries. Not all strange sexual dynamics or unusual financial arrangements are a problem. If you understand your peculiarities and don't feel coerced or controlled by them, they are just part of who you are. This again, eighth house is like your spousal resources. This is banks. This is anything that you may have shared resources with, right? Loans. Financial investors and advisors, consultants, ministers, lovers, intuitives, brain trusts, auctioneers, and investigators all work in the eighth house affairs. And if they work with an integrity, do so productively. So, how is it? Are your shared resources being used as leverage, right? A lot of people in this world, and I'm not one of them, thankfully, get themselves into a lot of debt through loans and never get yourselves out of it, right? We don't have to keep up with the Joneses. This could be a time for you with this Virgo energy to analyze, what do I need to let go of? What can I do to purge? Are you concerned about your resources, shared resources? The eighth house calls for one last freedom to acknowledge that death exists and be fully alive in response. The challenge with this message is it can be tempting to manipulate by withholding love, power, or money. Hard to step away when someone else is jerking those chains. Whoa! A little bit of manipulation going on in my life right now. The gift is face your worst fears and step through, feel that liberation. The trap of manipulation falls away when you don't bite the hook. So caution to all of us tuned in. Are you being manipulated by I got lots to say about this with my personal life right now. I'm not going to do this. But this is eighth house endings, transformation, and letting go. So think about that. It's the unknown. It's things that could come up within the dark that you haven't seen. Pay attention. Mercury station to go direct. Pay attention to any kind of contracts you're signing. Pay attention to the fine detail. The fine print, right? Wow, wow, wow. I believe eighth house is also, mystery. It's taboo. When you're honest, it's really the best policy. But when you're manipulative and you're withholding sex or bribing sex, being seductive, and you're just using it as a lure, as a hook, think about that. That's not in integrity. It goes back to what I was just talking about with being authentic and genuine. Whoa, way too many cards. From the Twin Flame Journey Tarot, we're going to draw a few. I got a little distracted because my phone was ringing over there. Sorry about that. Thanks for joining me today. I just felt the need to come on. Old wounds, five of cups. A lot of us have this going. We're going back over old grounds with all the retrograde energy. A lot of us are going back into core wounds, whether it be betrayal, abandonment, plethora of things, whatever the old wound is. We're going back over that. We could be feeling very emotional, and that is pretty much on par due course as we are going over old grounds with all the retrograde energy. For sure, for sure. We had the Venus retrograde that lasted a long ass time. Now Mercury finally stationed to go direct. So a lot of us have been going back over the past. But as we do that, as we purge, as we let go, as we let die, as we sort the wheat from the chaff, we can spiral back forward. Very, very true for me. For sure. For sure. Awaiting results, 3 of Wands. So this is the time to spark an initiation. Again, planted the seed with this new moon in Virgo that we just had. Again, with the Mercury station to go direct the next day, very powerful. Right now may not be a time for forward action in the physical. You can do what you can do in your home right now by sorting out, cleaning, purging, doing a cleanse within yourself, but planting the seeds right now. And we have to just plant the seeds and let them germinate as we balance out going into Libra season. So awaiting results. It's not really a time with all the retrograde energy as well. Still not a time of action. Not a time of action. Want to pull one more. Wheel of Fortune, the 10, destined opportunities. We go through those wounds. We continue to sort the wheat from the chaff. We plant the seed under the energy that we're in right now. We do have destined opportunities coming up at the end. That will be the results that we're looking for. It's all about intentions. So plant those within yourselves now. 10 is also the house of Capricorn, Wheel of Fortune. So our legacy, how we want to go forward, right? Planting the seed about that right now, because we will reap what we sow. No doubt about it, good, bad, or otherwise, we reap what we sow. Those destined opportunities is up for you to do what you do. That's how the universe works. We reap what we sow. Keep putting intentions out there that are good. I know that the grief has been pretty deep for me. In fact, tomorrow will be 9 years that my son, who was very young, transitioned out of his body. I just feel into those feels, process it. A lot of processing too, like right here, sorting through things within yourself coming up. I wanted to pull a Mother Mary card with this Virgo energy that we're tapped into. And what is the message from the beautiful divine mother, Mother Mary? Giving and receiving, it's all about that. Think about that as we go into the Libra season here shortly with the equinoxes. I balance being generous and receptive because both are equally important. I'm an automatic being in service, but I am so ready to reciprocate. I know this is how we balance it out. We don't do things out of expectations. We do things because we want to do them. And it's important for us to have relationships in our lives that are reciprocal. Here it is, the Mother Mary message for this little collective message for everybody is both are important. You are worthy of goodness. I am worthy of goodness. Live from your authenticity. No more codependency. Live out of love. Live from your heart space. But if those around you are not reciprocating, they're lying, they're betraying, whatever it may be, they're trifling, it's time to let them go. Because it is important that we not only empty our cups as we're sorting the wheat through the chaff, we want to fill our cups back up so that the same shit and the same old wounds don't come back in. My spiritual mentor taught me this years ago. When you're emptying out the hurts, whatever it may be, exhale it out. No matter how many times you have to do it, always fill back up with God's presence, with God's love, with God's abundance for your life. Set your intentions for that. Note to self every day. Thanks for tuning in with me today. Give it a like, give me a comment, let me know how you're sorting through things. Much love to you guys, and shalom, shalom.